Hello. Excuse the music. Um, I know it's a little loud, so I'll make this quick. Um, Basically, I'm going to be showing you guys my journey, um, my net worth journey. Um, I used to invest on Robinhood back in 2022. Um, I became homeless. Life happened, and I had to sell I had to sell all of my stocks in order to pay um, for rent. So that sucked because I was always a big stocks guy growing up. Now, anyway, we're back. I have a new job here at Mattress Firm, which is where we are. Sleep expert. I'm at work here, and I've been here for uh, officially a month and 10 days. I started on July 1st. So that's when I kind of started taking my investments more seriously again. Um, but we'll start here with the net worth tracker. We'll do this every month. So 5 days ago on August 5th, I had $886 in my checking, 5 cents in in one of my savings accounts, $701 and 78 cents in my other savings. I had $2,578 in a commercial deposit, making me about $9 ish a month or so. It's about to mature in September, so that'll be nice. But not really sure what I'll do with that. Um, I have 1,000. 5 days ago, I had $1,172 in investments. As of today, I have a little bit more than that. Um, as of today, I think it's 1,300. Um, yeah, 1,300. So a little bit more. Same in my Roth IRA, about 300 something in there versus 180 a few days ago. Same with my 401k. I have a little bit more in there right now than it says, but I'm gonna only fill this sheet out on the 5th of every month. So expect this same video on time next month. So puts my total assets at about 5,776 bucks. Now I have a new car. I have a 2021 Nissan Kick. Um, I got it used, but it's great mileage. 2021, less than 20,000 miles. $21,000. My transmission broke in my HRV. So they asked me for $9,000 to fix it, and I said fuck you. So new car or used car, and then a credit card. Um, that puts my total liabilities at 21,000. Puts my net worth at negative 15,000. So now that I have this new job, very confident that we'll be able to document my journey into zero net worth and then into positive net worth. Looking to get into positive net worth maybe towards the end of this year, towards the beginning of next year. Anyway, let's take a quick look at what I got. So as I said, 1,300 in investments. Only been investing again. For the last month and a half or so. Um, Now, when I had to sell all my stocks, it was such a stab in the heart because I had some great stocks. I mean, I was in Microsoft, I was in Amazon. I had I think $600 in Amazon at like $87, and it shot up to way over 100. By the time I sold that for a pretty big profit. So all time, you'll see that I'm up 70%. Um, I've been up, I think up as 90%. Or, yeah. So I mean, um, unfortunate, but when you're homeless, you care way more about eating uh, than your stocks. So now I'm in a position where I feel like I'll be able to consistently add on. So from going up $500 to going up $10, 600 up six, whatever I was, it's okay. So anyway, Google, my biggest new holding. I have one share in Google. It's 16% of my portfolio at $209 I have there. I'm buying that every day at $2 a day. I'm pretty confident that Google's going to keep on going up. Um, AI, Waymo. I think that Google's going to be the leader in the autonomous taxi game. I don't think that they're going to do as well as I don't think that Tesla's going to do as well as Waymo. My sister is in Waymos all the time over there in Arizona. I've seen Waymos. You go to a nice party in Atlanta, and there's just a bunch of Waymos parked out front. I think that even for parents, right? You'd feel a lot more comfortable with your kid in an autonomous, 100% success rate Waymo vehicle versus you know a real life driver that can sometimes crash, sometimes speed, just not generally not drive as safe. So because of that, and not to add on, Google YouTube Premium is going up in free cash flow every single month. It looks like I have YouTube Premium. I never thought I'd have it. I have it now, and I can't get rid of it. I use Google products every day. I'm on Google right now. I use YouTube more than I use Netflix. I use um, you know so many companies are using Google Cloud. I haven't even talked about that. So Google, 16.6% of my portfolio. I want it to be my main backbone of my portfolio right now, as of now. Continuing to buy Google every day. Equifax. Equifax, I'm up. Well, and by the way, I'm up 9.4% in Google within the last however many, like 2 months I've been here, making investing. So for the last month and a half I've been investing, I'm up 9%. Equifax, I'm makes up 15% of my portfolio, $191. I'm very confident that Equifax is going to keep on, doing its thing, being a monopoly, HR business, um, monopoly. Um, it's down a little bit right now for me. It's at down 3.3%. That's okay. Um, Pretty confident that Equifax is going to do great over the long term. ASML. I chose ASML over Taiwan Semiconductor, over um, a few other you know a few other AI companies, just because I feel like ASML is a actual monopoly when it comes to creating the actual physical chips, right? Like the hardware side of this AI, semiconductor boom. I think the ASML is so far ahead. Taiwan Semiconductor is great in terms of that side of the AI, semiconductor, you know, thing. But in terms of the actual hardware, China is like 15, 20 years behind in making an ASML competitor. ASML's just such a monopoly. I think, in terms of the monopoly it has, Nikon and Canon are two camera companies that I think make up 1% of the rest of the market share in terms of the hardware for these semiconductors chips. So I mean, ASML is just such a huge monopoly, and they're so many years ahead. I'm very confident they're going to keep on doing well. They're down 0.85% for me right now. I have $180 in there, making up 14.37% of my portfolio. I'm buying it every day, just like I'm buying Equifax and Google every day. Um, feel like this will work for me in the long run. Now, Salesforce, uh, annoying as fuck, but you know, pretty confident that they'll do well. I think they had some acquisitions with Slack, as well as what else? I mean, CRM, right? Um, Customer relationship management. I mean, they own basically that in a way. There's competitors like Intuit, which there are competitors that I think are better, but none as valued or as undervalued and ready to buy right now as Salesforce. Um, Buying it every day. It makes up 10% of my portfolio. I have $130. I'm down 6.84%. Um, yeah, annoying, but long term play, it'll be fine. Next, Duolingo. This is my newest adding. I added Duolingo about 3 weeks ago, before earnings. I feel like their underperformance was just, you know, an overreaction. Like the CEO said something about, wanting to go towards AI stuff, and people on TikTok took it and wanted to bash the fuck out the company for that. They're not cutting jobs. They're not. AI isn't replacing any of the jobs there at Duolingo, and Duolingo, is year over year one of the best free cash